I recently attended an event where the speaker, who's someone I have known and admired and followed for a while, referred to herself as a misfit. Emily Sutherland is a ghostwriter, author, writing coach, and she was talking to us about the power of stories and telling stories that represent who you are. And she was reinforcing the fact that we all have a story to tell. And one of the things that most jumped out at me is when she was introducing herself, she said, I enter into spaces feeling like a misfit. It resonated. I have often talked about how I feel like a misfit. I always loved in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer the scene where they were on the island of misfit toys. I think that was in Rudolph. It was in one of those animated Christmas movies. If you haven't seen it, there is where they send the toys that break down or aren't quite right or the awkward toys. They send them to the island of misfit toys. And I remember as a little kid, always being fascinated by the island of misfit toys. I think those were the toys I wanted to most play with. Yeah, because I am a misfit. And like Emily described, entering into spaces feeling like a misfit, there is something really powerful about acknowledging that and learning to embrace the misfit within you, your uniquenesses, your those things that you've thought of as weird or awkward. My laugh, for example, is so loud and obnoxious. And there have been so many times I've tried to temper it, but it's part of my misfit. It's part of my uniqueness. And so as I'm learning to embrace all of those aspects of myself, I'm learning to connect with those parts that feel weird. They're the things that make me who I am. So who am I to judge them? So here's to being a misfit today. And thank you, Emily, for inspiring this message, for inspiring the misfit in me. It's a great way to take care of myself and ultimately each other.